Morning, everybody. Welcome to day 14 of 100. How you doing? So, look at that. Look at that sky. Look at that behind us. Beautiful green fields. It's amazing. Some days are better than others. Some days you feel 10 feet tall. Some days you feel 3 inches. It's amazing how that works. It's amazing how you can have the whole weight of the world on you one day. And the other days, you feel like you can fly. So, today's thought, all day I've been thinking about this. All morning anyways. So I've been up since 3:30 this morning, ready to rock and roll. Already been to CrossFit. Freaking now I'm on my 2 mile, trying to, see my dog out there. It's just like, we're doing it. We're taking it down. Got a busy day today. So, but the thought of the day is about apocalypse. And I know so many people are like, oh, geez, another apocalypse. No, it's about personal apocalypse. It's about the things that happen to you, that happen to everybody, that seem like the end of the world. The end of the world as we know it. We've all been through maybe one, maybe 2 of them, maybe 10 of these personal apocalypse when we think that everything is doomed, everything is broken, and there's no fixing what has been struck down. But we get through it and we realize that that was just a small apocalypse. It was just a small redirecting of our world into something new and exciting, or terrible, right? So a few years ago, I had come down and with a cancer diagnosis. Stage 3 cancer was apocalypse, right? Family member dies, close one, father, apocalypse, right? So personally, the world as we knew it has changed, and new things are to be gleaned out of it. Right? So what you take out of those apocalypse of our lives are what determine our character, who we become, right? So we've all had these things. And so your job when you're in those apocalypse, those winters of your life, those seasons where things just are like everything's breaking down around you, you're supposed to be learning something. You're supposed to be getting something. You're supposed to be understanding something new, right? So when the apocalypse of a physical problem happens, like cancer, we're supposed to be learning the value of our life, the importance of the people around us. We're supposed to be learning about what matters most, right? And something like a stage 3 cancer diagnosis or a stage 4 will definitely help to do that. It'll help you to realign into some things that you hadn't thought of ever. So that's one thing, right? But there's also, spiritual apocalypse, right? When, you think you have no purpose and you have no meaning and you're searching and trying to understand your value to the world. And that can be hard, and that can take a long time. But as you're going through it, as you're doing that soul searching and trying to figure out who you are, you become better. It's important, just like I talked about a few episodes ago, is the 3-legged stool, your mind, body, and spirit, right? There's an apocalypse in all 3 areas. And if you don't have all 3 of those straightened out, and all 3 of those things managed or prepared for, there's another prepper thing. No, apocalypse can come in all different ways. But the idea to prevent these apocalypses or to minimize the effects of these apocalypses, that you'll have in your life, these personal disasters that you're going to find, is to prevent them, is to prepare for them, is to make sure that they don't last very long, or they don't take over or destroy you and everybody else around you, right? That's the thing. So preparing your mind for bigger problems down the road, preparing your body by putting it through physical adversity, and preparing your mind, or your soul, that is, for gleaning your purpose. And when you know your purpose and your body's in shape and your mind is functioning 100%, then you're going to be less likely to be in full-blown disaster mode when these personal apocalypses happen. And so with that said, you need to start to prepare for those things. You need to start to understand that you need to get your mind sharp, your body sharp, and your purpose or meaning or spiritual senses all lined together into that three-legged stool that I told you about. Without that, man, things become a little bit tougher. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you be on your day. But I want you to start to prepare for your own personal apocalypse, right? Don't start when it's too late, right? I've seen way too many people try to overcome cancer or overcome illnesses in their body when the illnesses show up. You need to do that long before. You need to prepare your mind long before the disaster happens so that you have the mental fortitude to be able to outlast those situations. You need to get your finances right because, as I've experienced, 2008, there was a financial apocalypse and lots of people got wrecked because they didn't prepare. I was one of them. I got financially wrecked in that moment in time. That happens. I've also fallen down, broken my leg, and had minor personal apocalypse, right? And some of these things can't be prevented. But if my mind wasn't right when I fell and broke my leg, and I wasn't able to work all those moving pieces, things could have gotten a lot worse. And so with your mind, you got to get it right so that when these things happen, you're ready for it. And that means reading, gaining knowledge, and getting that peace within yourself that you can handle it when it does happen. And that means you might have to put yourself through some stresses. That means you might have to put yourself through some mental anguishes by working out, which that can be a twofer. You physically and mentally can be taxed. That's why I like CrossFit, because it does both. And you're going to need that. So anyways, I digress. I'm all over the place. Your personal apocalypse is coming if it's not already here. And you need to prepare that mind, body, and spirit for those moments when you're going to be like, shit, what do I do now? Well, I'm already prepared for that. Financial crash, I got some money saved, right? A physical crash, I can handle this. I got some money saved and I know what to do, and I've got a lot of people that I can count on supporting around me. These are things you need to do. You need to be ready for when you are attacked. You need to be ready so that not only you're safe, but everybody that you care about is safe too. You have a family, they're going to need your protection. They're going to need to be sure that they're safe when disaster strikes. And we're not talking about huge disasters, the sun is burning up the earth kind of disasters. No, we're not talking about that kind of thing. We're talking about things that happen to us every single day. They do. They wreck us. And what we do with it when we're wrecked or when disaster strikes matters most. So if you don't have a family yet, if you don't have, things all set up yet, and you're future is still wide open in front of you, you have a lot of time to prepare for when you do. You have a lot of time to get mentally ready for having a family and making sure you protect them mentally, physically, and spiritually as a man or a woman. So that's up to you. 10 minutes, we're in. It's one of my longest videos. But financial apocalypse, personal apocalypses, they hit us all. And they hit us when we least expect it. So don't let it frick you up. Don't let it crush you. Be ready for it. That's the only way. Have a good day. This is day 14 of 100. Remember, we're going to 100. So like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to hear more, or if you have any suggestions, I like those too. If you want to tell me all about your personal apocalypse in these comments, let's get a discussion going so that we can help each other as a community grow and become stronger, right? Without that, without community, man, loneliness sucks sometimes. But then again, sometimes it's needed. So you decide how your day is going to go, good or bad, right or wrong, crush it, or, put it on cruise control. It's up to you. See you later.